You don't know I can't get off here without burning the fire, right? You've seen all kind of things coming out, allegations against the artist Rich Stevens and of course Tanya Stevens voicing her opinion too on what she's gone through some years ago. And allegations are exactly that, allegations. So until things are proven, I don't normally speak on things. And I'm saying this right now because a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, what do you got to say? You know, I'm still waiting just like you are, but I haven't, there's no convictions, no nothing, there's allegations. I'm working on having a conversation with the young lady, you know, the victim in this situation. But my fire, when me a burn still, and this is a part of our culture, right? Rape culture is real. Now, we've had this conversation when we speak about, you know, in our culture, we're proud of our food, you know what I mean? We're proud of our sports. We're proud of our music. We're proud of that stuff. But there's a part of the culture that we are ashamed of, but it is a part of the culture, and a part of the culture that needs to be done away with. That's the rape culture, right? And you know how I know it's embedded and it's systematic and it's not going away real soon? Is when I listen to the comments of many people. When somebody says, this is my opinion, when somebody says, I have been sexually assaulted, here's what I take right away. That voice needs to be heard. Empathy, respect needs to be given. I'm not running on the street to accuse anyone. And the reason I'm not doing that is because we've had in the past where allegations are made and they weren't true. The stigma of being accused of rape is something that doesn't go away even with an acquittal, even with a not guilty verdict. It doesn't go away. So for that reason, I'm not going to get up and say somebody did something or accuse somebody of something, right? But let me tell you something. The voice that says it happened to them, you get in my ear, you get in my heart and my shoulder, all right? I don't take that thing lightly. I got a daughter, I got a wife, got my mother-in-law, rest in peace, my mom. I don't take those things lightly. But when I see people in the comments that always their first resort is to question the legitimacy of the argument of the person who is making the accusation, that's not your place. Not your place. Enough owners still I watch right now, right? Where somebody says this happened to me, and you hit them with the 50 questions. Oh, well, what were you doing there? Why were you there? How did this happen? How did that happen? No, not your place, right? Carl Neum said this, said that. That's the reason why people struggle. That's the reason why our women and even our men nowadays, because times are what they are, struggle to come out and speak on things that happen to them because you, all right? Because no phone, right? And of course, if it's not you, you know, so I'm not talking about you. But many folks, victim blame and victim shame, right? And the amazing thing about it is, the part of it that blows me away is that there's so many women that do it. So many women that do it, right? Now, here's the thing. When the persons who are being accused of anything are celebrities, whether they be musicians or politicians or popular figures in the community or people who just have money and status or whatever, and you look up to them, a lot of times you tell yourself things didn't happen. You don't know right, yes or not, but you know something? Don't victim blame, don't victim shame. Leave it alone. A lot of people, we're behind our keyboards and we feel the need to. I know people right now who cannot help themselves but voice their opinions. They are friends of mine too, right? Even if it's a garbage opinion, they have to. It's in the chat. They've got to make their voices be heard. You know who I'm talking about, right? Your voice has to be heard. But here's the thing. My grandma used to tell me, if you don't have nothing good for say, no say nothing. How dare you? How dare you bash and blame a victim or somebody that says that they went through something when you don't know? Remember, you don't know which other words are true, but you've decided to choose a side. And there's nothing wrong with choosing a side, but don't victim blame and victim shame, because that's the reason why they are afraid to come out. Now, here's the thing, especially to my women out there. If you see somebody come forward and say, this happened to me, and you're out here victim blaming and victim shaming and asking a whole bunch of things, right? And you have a daughter or a niece or some other woman beside you or that knows you that's going through this or has gone through that, you've just told them, don't come forward because I might not believe you and I'm going to voice that. Right? You just told them, don't come forward because I ain't going to support you. You know what I mean? That's a public figure. That's somebody who I'm a fan of, so I'm not going to support you. Right? That's exactly what you're saying. Right? And again, I'm blown away because it's coming from the women more than it's coming from the men. When I started this podcast, the first episode that I did was the third episode was sex trafficking, where I spoke to somebody, a lady who was involved in sex trafficking. One, as a victim. Two, as a sex trafficker, which, you know, according to her statement, she ended up doing under duress. And then there are other podcasts and other information that come out that there are other women that have done it and now relay the information to us that sex trafficking and sexual abuse thrives because of the women, you know. A lot of times, most of these sex trafficking rings are spearheaded by women, or the middleman is actually a woman. And the reason being, easier for a woman to win the trust of another woman or young girls than with a man, right? So, and you would think women, oh my gosh, these things can happen to any one of us. So you'd be shocked to think that a woman's involved in that. But yeah, it happens a lot, right? So fire for all of the people them who are victim blame and victim shame whenever these folks come out, right? And all those people who are saying to Tanya Stephens, hey, speak up, drop a name or don't say anything. Shame on you. Yeah, I said it. You could come on the thing, you could go in my messages, you could hit me up. Shame on you. I said it. Yep, I did. Won't stop saying it. Shame on you. A lot of women just love the pasa and the sauce, and you want her to name a name so you can make a decision right now whether or not you're going to support her or not. And you've already made the decision in advance. Because if she drops a name, then you give it a couple of days on which she probably shouldn't talk about it anymore, right? That's how we are, part of our culture. So all of the people who, and I said this to somebody yesterday and he took offense to it, I don't care, right? If somebody says to you, I was sexually assaulted, and your response is, why were you in such a position? Why were you dressed in such a way? Why did I do that? Did you really get? Then you're a rapist too. Big and serious. That's embedded in you. You might not have exercised it physically yet, but if you defend just the theory of what happened, then you're guilty too, right? Women, same thing, right? If somebody says that and that's your response, then you're a rapist too. Right? And you have it in you to do that. I said it. No shame in my game. Don't care. We can talk about it another time. But you're welcome. My brother got to go. And I'm not just going to leave you with my rants. I'm going to leave you with something spiritual and inspirational. Ladies and gentlemen, brand new album from George Nooks called Through It All. And this is my joint. Yes, man.
Safe, be kind, and be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.